Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Fishing Life. We're actually back out here at the local lake here, but this time, this episode, we're just going to try something different. I was actually inspired by watching this YouTube channel the other day, and this guy was catching monster-sized catfish using a stinger fly that goes into the bottom of his rig. And I was like, you know what the hell? That might work here in Texas. So I ordered it on Amazon. It wasn't too bad. I think it was like $4 or $5, and it comes with a set of 4 or 5. I got the orange one and the green one, so we're gonna try both of them out today to see which one works. But I got it rigged up. I could show you how to rig up pretty quick. It's basically a Carolina rig with the single fly using the clinch knot at the bottom, and you just go ahead and put in a no snell hook between the stinger fly and the swivel. So it's not too difficult of a rig, but I think the presentation, it looks really well. So that is the plan for today. I got 2 rods. I'm going to use the stinger fly, and the third rod, it's a small ultralight rod. I'm just going to use some Nightcrawler with some bobber and see if I could catch some bluegills. If I could catch some bluegills, I could cut them up and use them as bait for the bigger rods to try to attract some of these bigger fish. But the stinger fly presentation rig looks really, really nice, and yeah, I can't wait to toss it out there to see if we get some hit. All right, here we go. All right, buddy, so I'm gonna go ahead and set up the rig for you real quick so you can see. This is how it's supposed to look at the end. Hold on, let's move this aside. I got it set up on my first rod. You got a Carolina rig, going to a swivel, and then this is the hook that where you're going to attach your live bait or shrimp, whatever you're using, cut bait. And then here's the stinger fly. So this one is actually the green one. It comes with a pack of 5. Supposed to represent a green crappie. So we're gonna try this one, but the second rod, I'm gonna go ahead and set up this orange one. It's supposed to be a tasty goldfish, but hey, never know. But I'm going ahead and show you how to do it real quick. I got a 20-pound mono as my leader. I'm gonna go ahead and cut about maybe good 3.5 feet. And what you want to do, you want to take this stinger fly. I'm gonna open the package real quick. Take one out like that. Take the end of the line. Go ahead and loop it through the hole. And this is where you're gonna do your standard clinch knot or whatever knot that you use. But I find clinch knot to be very effective. This is one of my favorite knot, and actually the most common knot that a lot of fishermen does it. So you take the tag, you push it through the hole, and you loop around maybe 7 to 10 times. Take the end of the tag, go ahead and push it through back into the loop that it was created. Turn around on top and come back into the rabbit hole. This is where you wanted to pull the main line out, tighten it a little bit, and you can see it's a nice little clinch knot. This is very effective. I'm gonna cut the end of the tag. There you have it. So this first thing first, you want to go ahead and add this stinger fly at the bottom. After that, I'm gonna take a hook. I believe these are 7/0 or 7/0 hook, circle hook. Go ahead and take the end of the line, go through the hole, the hook, and then usually I think a good distance is probably about maybe 8 or 10 inches. Right around there should be pretty good. So you want to take the bottom end of that leader line and you want to pinch it at the bottom of the hook like that, okay? And you want to take this end and you want to go ahead and start wrap around the fishing hook. And this is what's called a no snell setup. And you can wrap as many as you want. I usually do about 7 or 10 times. And once you got that wrapped up around, take the end of the tag, and you want to go ahead and thread it through the hole of the hook. And this is when you want to take that main line and pull right through. Tighten it up a little bit. There you go. So that's why you have it. You have the stinger fly at the bottom. You got the little circle hook right about maybe 10 inches on top, where you put your bait. And from here, you're gonna attach it to a swivel. I got my swivel right here. And same thing, you do a little clinch knot. All right, so there you have it. This is gonna be the leader. It's gonna be the rig that we're gonna work with. Go ahead and cut the end of the tag right here. And from here, it's pretty easy. You can just go ahead and attach it to your main line with the egg sinker like this, with the little B that goes slide up and down. It's basically a Carolina rig and modify the hook at the bottom. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and cast it out and hopefully catch some big fish. All right, y'all. I got my first rod set up. Got a large piece of shrimp in here. Yeah, so right now we're just gonna go ahead and try some shrimp. But like I said, I was gonna try to set up that small rod with some night crawlers, see if I could catch some bluegill, and then we'll cut them up and use them as cut bait. But here we go, first cast. All right. Loosen up my drag a little bit. Tighten down my rod holder. All right. So that's pretty good. I'm gonna cast that second rod out right now. Okay. All right, so we got both rods set up on Carolina rig with the stinger fry at the bottom. It's about 88 degrees today, so it's a little bit hot. But I didn't anticipate to come out here today, but I was just so excited to use this fly and just want to go out here and see if I could catch something, you know, that's very, very cool and good size to, you know, to show you guys that, hey, it does work. So it's been about 15, maybe 20 minutes or so. I did feel a little tap at the tip of the rod. Probably a small fish wanted to, you know, pick up the shrimp. The only few concern I have using the stinger fly is we are fishing from the bank, and you know I can only cast as much as I can, and I don't know the depth of the water right in front of me. So with that stinger fly, I would think it'll be easier if you fish it from the kayak or a boat where you could just fish, you know, suspend it down, and the fly's at the bottom, kind of moving around. But to our advantage, the water is pretty active today, so we have a little activity on top. The swell's, you know, pretty decent amount of movement on top water. So hopefully that will keep the stinger fly, you know, moving around quite a bit at the bottom, and it'll attract some fish, you know, just hiding in the hole that will come out and get interested and wanted to take a bite. But that is theory. We're just gonna put it to test. But so far, I think. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Oh my God. Just had a bite right there. Right when I was just talking to you guys. I think it's still there. It's curious. I'm not sure it's on the fly or a shrimp, but They might be on. He might be on. I'm just gonna reel it up just in case. He might be on. Yeah, tighten up a little drag. Oh yeah, we're on. We're on. We're hooked up. Yes. Nice. Look at that. Nice blue. Let's go. So it actually works. Um, yeah, this is actually a pretty good size in this lake. Not a lot of people catch monster size here, but man, it's a good size blue. It took the shrimp. It took the whole entire shrimp. Wow. But hey, it worked, man. I'm gonna let this guy go, and man, I'm gonna put it another shrimp back on there and cast it back out. But probably 15 minutes or so. Pretty good size blue. I know. It's making noise. Now you want to say hi to YouTube? Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast it, toss this guy back out. All right, buddy. Catch you later. Get the shrimp back on. Man, that was so funny. Oh man, I can't believe that just happened. I was just sitting here talking to you guys, explaining about the stinging fly and some of my concern if it's going to work or not, and then boom, that thing hits. Yeah, it was actually a really fun experience. So it definitely works. Catching fish around this time of day is actually pretty rare because it's a little too hot. But I think the action will pick up a little bit as it cool down a little bit because it's freaking hot right now. It's about 90 degrees, and if you ever been to Texas, 90-degree feels like 100. Yeah, so I just cast it back out. I'm just gonna let it sit there. I'll check my other rod to see if the shrimp is still there or not. Because sometimes you want to check your bait every 10 minutes or so to make sure that and it's still there. Because there's a bunch of little tiny fish in there just having a buffet. So, okay. All right, I'm gonna change it up a little bit. Gonna use some cut bait. I was able to hook up to some very tiny catfish, and it actually got him by the gut. So I can't do anything about it. Even if I release him, he'll die. So we appreciate the fish. I'm gonna cut bait to see if we'll catch a bigger fish. All right, so quick update. We finally got 2 rods with the cut bait. Pair that up with the stinger fly. That was the intention coming out here today. I do want to take a time right now to show my appreciation for everybody that's been following this channel. If you haven't get a chance to look at our camping series, we just came back from a state park. I did, caught a pretty good sized blue catfish on a very tough condition. So check that out. I'll leave the description to the link below. But yeah, hopefully we get some action pretty soon. I know cut bait is, I believe, is probably the #1 bait when you're going after big catfish. So I know there's some big catfish out here. I know there's some blues. I don't know if there's any flathead. Maybe it's not around the bank area, but there's definitely some blues out here. So hopefully we'll catch him pretty soon. The weather started to die down a little bit. So I'm gonna stay out here for a few more hours and see if we can catch some bait. See if we could catch some fish.
Hey guys, this is Jonathan. This is actually post-production of My Fishing Life. Yeah, it was getting too crowded at that area. It's definitely during the weekend, so there's heavy traffic, boats going everywhere, blasting music. It was definitely not a good time to be fishing and testing out the stinger fly. So we're definitely going to be back the next time and give this the technique and rig a fair shot to see if it's going to work. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, that's not my music, folks.